Have you ever wondered about the history of Black Panther? Ladies and gentlemen, comic book enthusiasts and MCU fanatics, gather around for a thrilling dive into the history of Black Panther, the king of Wakanda, the icon of black excellence, and arguably the coolest cat to grace the superhero pantheon. His journey from a bold idea on paper to a global cultural phenomenon is nothing short of legendary. With claws sharpened and vibranium armor polished, let's take a leap through time to uncover the origins, evolution, and the lasting impact of this groundbreaking hero. I'm Keith, and this is History Wonder. Black Panther first appeared in Fantastic Four number 52 in July 1966, created by the dynamic duo of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. This wasn't just another superhero debut, it was a seismic moment in comic book history. At a time when American pop culture largely ignored or even caricatured black characters, Marvel Comics introduced T'Challa, a black superhero who wasn't a sidekick or a token character. No, T'Challa was king, a genius, and a warrior, someone who commanded respect from the get-go. Let's talk about his introduction. T'Challa didn't just say hello to Marvel's First Lady, that's the Fantastic Four for the uninitiated. No, he invited them to Wakanda, then promptly ambushed them. Why? Well, to test their strength, of course. He beat the snot out of Marvel's most beloved heroes, not out of malice, but to gauge whether they could handle the real threats out there. You know, that's how you make an entrance. The timing of his debut was coincidental. The civil rights movement was at its height, and America was grappling with issues of racial equality. In this context, T'Challa wasn't just a superhero, he was a statement. Lee and Kirby may not have explicitly intended him to be a political figure, but the cultural impact was undeniable. The first black superhero in mainstream comics was here, and he wasn't about to fade into the background. Here's a fun twist on the timeline. Shortly after Black Panther's debut, the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense emerged in Oakland, California. Suddenly, T'Challa's moniker seemed politically charged. Marvel, ever mindful of controversy, briefly flirted with the idea of renaming him Black Leopard. Yes, they really did that. The idea didn't last long, thank goodness. Black Panther just sounds cooler, doesn't it? But this coincidence highlights an important cultural undercut. While T'Challa wasn't directly tied to the Black Panther Party, both were symbols of black empowerment, pride, and resistance to systemic oppression. The name Black Panther became synonymous with strength and independence, whether on the page or in real-life activism. Let's talk about Wakanda, the fictional African nation T'Challa calls home. If T'Challa is the star, Wakanda is the stage, and what a stage it is! When Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created Wakanda, they shattered stereotypes about Africa. Instead of portraying it as a land of poverty or perpetual turmoil, the common trope in Western media, they imagined Wakanda as a high-tech utopia, blending futuristic technology with rich cultural traditions. Wakanda owes its prosperity to vibranium, the fictional metal that absorbs energy and is tougher than the plot armor of your favorite TV show character. Vibranium isn't just a resource, it's the backbone of Wakandan culture, powering everything from their tech to their economy. Over the years, Wakanda has been explored in greater depths by writers like Don McGregor, Christopher Priest, and Anishi Coates. It's not just a backdrop, it's a character in its own right. Wakanda has its own history, politics, and internal conflicts, making it one of the most fleshed-out fictional nations in comic book history. While T'Challa had been a staple of Marvel Comics for decades, his popularity skyrocketed when he entered the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Black Panther made his first live-action appearance in Captain America Civil War in 2016, portrayed by Chadwick Boseman. Boseman's performance was regal, commanding, and instantly iconic. He wasn't just a hero, he was a king. Then came Black Panther in 2018, directed by Ryan Coogler. Calling it a blockbuster feels like an understatement. It was a cultural movement. Fans showed up to the theaters in traditional African attire, and Wakanda Forever became a rallying cry for black pride and empowerment. The film wasn't just a box office hit, it earned over $1.3 billion worldwide. It was a critical darling, earning Marvel its first ever Oscar wins and a nomination for Best Picture. More than that, Black Panther proved that superhero films could be more than just flashy action sequences. It tackled themes of identity, legacy, and the African diaspora with nuance and heart. Killmonger, portrayed by Michael B. Jordan, wasn't just a villain, he was a mirror reflecting the pain and anger of colonialism. T'Challa's journey wasn't just about defeating enemies, it was about defining what kind of leader he would be. It's impossible to discuss Black Panther's impact without honoring Chadwick Boseman. His portrayal of T'Challa was more than acting. It was a masterclass in embodying dignity, strength, and vulnerability. Boseman brought humanity to the character who could have easily been one-dimensional. When Boseman passed away in 2020 after a private battle with cancer, the world mourned.
We begin tonight with the sudden and very tragic death sending shockwaves across the country. Actor Chadwick Boseman died at the age of 43 following a private 4-year battle with colon cancer.
Not just an actor, but an icon. His death left a void in the hearts of fans, but his legacy lives on. He is Wakanda forever. Over the decades, T'Challa has been reimagined and reinterpreted by numerous writers and artists. Each era added layers to his character, making him one of the most nuanced heroes in Marvel's lineup. Let's take a look at some of them. Don McGregor's Panther's Rage from 1973 to 75. It's often considered the first ever graphic novel in serialized form. This storyline gave T'Challa his first major solo adventure. Set entirely in Wakanda, it explored themes of tradition, loyalty, and the cost of leadership. Christopher Priest's run in 1998 to 2003. Priest's take on Black Panther was revolutionary. He delved deep into the politics of Wakanda and T'Challa's dual role as king and superhero. Priest also introduced fan-favorite characters like Everett K. Ross, a hilariously clueless government agent who provided comic relief. Ta-Nehisi Coates' era from 2016 to 2021. Acclaimed writer and journalist Ta-Nehisi Coates brought a literary depth to Black Panther, exploring themes of democracy, colonialism, and the burdens of leadership. His run was cerebral, challenging readers to think critically about power and its consequences. Every great hero needs equally compelling villains, and Black Panther has had some of the best. Eric Killmonger, he's a complex adversary whose motivations often feel disturbingly valid. His story is a commentary on the pain of the African diaspora and the scars of colonialism. Ulysses Klaw, the quintessential evil mercenary obsessed with stealing vibranium and causing chaos. Andy Serkis's portrayal in the MCU added a delightful level of unhinged energy. M'Baku, also known as the Man-Ape, initially a rival for the throne, M'Baku evolved into a fan-favorite character, especially after Winston Duke's charismatic performance in Black Panther. Black Panther's importance transcends comics and movies. For Black audiences, he represents the power of seeing oneself as a hero, not just surviving, but thriving. Wakanda is a vision of African excellence, free from colonial influence, and it serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration. For fans worldwide, T'Challa is a reminder that superheroes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. His story challenges stereotypes, breaks barriers, and proves that diversity isn't just important, it's essential. With the release of Black Panther Wakanda Forever in 2022, the MCU paid tribute to Chadwick Boseman while setting the stage for the future of Wakanda. The film shifted focus to characters like Shuri, Nakia, and Okoye, proving that Wakanda's strength lies not in just a single hero, but its people. In the ever-expanding universe of superheroes, Black Panther stands tall as a symbol of hope, resilience, and innovation. He's more than a character, he's a movement. From his revolutionary debut in 1966 to his cultural domination in the 21st century, Black Panther reminds us that representation matters and that stories have the power to change the world. So whether you're a die-hard comic book fan or a casual moviegoer, remember, Black Panther isn't just a superhero, he's a king, a legend, and the coolest cat to ever grace our screens. Wakanda forever. Thanks for watching. What topics in history have you wondered about? Comment below and let us know what videos you would like to see. And be sure to like and subscribe.
Wakanda forever! The revolution will not be...